of waiting, Frank Sinatra. After 30 years of waiting, Frank Sinatra and Lawrence Harvey Jr.
What was he doing with his hands, Raymond? What was he doing with his line?
Hands! Hands!
What was he doing with his hands, Raymond?
The Manchurian Can of Paint.
Ow!
Hi. Intentional. Hi, I'm Joe L'Erario.
And I'm Ed Feldman. Welcome to another edition of
Unfinished Furniture, Part 2.
And this one has two subplots.
Two subplots.
One is the style of furniture on which we are working.
And that is shaker furniture.
Not true shaker furniture, shaker style. Take a gander at that gam or that leg.
See that leg, how it goes down into a nice little angular, would fit right into an ankle strap wedgie there.
Or I prefer the stiletto with the black patent leather.
That's nice.
Now, the shakers who designed this furniture couldn't wear that stuff.
No, they were all celibate.
So they made furniture instead.
Well, it's a pastime, I guess.
Yeah, everybody needs a hobby. And they made very simple rectilinear style furniture, which really created the modern design, in our opinion.
And the guru of the shakers, of course?
Don Knotts. So, another subplot.
Another subplot? Oh, good.
The finishes we're doing on the pieces today all wake you up. One pretty good, one really good.
This one, the oak chest, we're going to be doing an ammonia finish and then an open pour French polish.
My favorite.
And over here,
the
maple bed.
We'll tell them when we go over.
Wait and see.
Here's our maple headboard, and our mystery stain is
espresso.
Espresso. You can go decaf or regular.
And you could wake up and literally smell the coffee.
Or the headboard, as it were, because it's all over.
Hey, we're getting low. You better get some more.
Espresso, please.
Oh, this is a true brew.
The brew that is true?
The brew that is true. And it came from the presser. Showers from the tower. I'm using a paper towel. Why? Because I don't want any lint all over it. And that's what'll happen if you don't leave it away. Once I got a brush in my back pocket. Ah, there we go. We'll paint it all with a brush. La, la, la.
So, if you have the large coffee bar model, you certainly don't have to utilize the extra.
And I think this
power.
is a nice idea because we don't have to run and get anything.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now this is water-based, so it will raise the grain.
And we'll have to sand
So
afterwards.
we'll wind up having to sand it lightly. And if it's not dark enough, then, well, you want to put another coat on?
Yeah, you can put another coat on, absolutely.
But don't put any cream in the espresso. Then you'll have an opaqueness.
And also a sour smell after a few weeks.
Look,
Soup?
I'm making soup. Would you like some?
Yeah.
It's a nice yellow ochre.
Then it will be my show. Was the line.
It'll be my show.
Yeah, right. Yellow ochre.
No, this is actually raw sienna. This is burnt sienna. This is kind of like an off-white paintbrush with a cup.
And
What's in here?
we hit it. It's hide glue.
Put it down here
Oh,
so
why?
they can see it.
Oh. But I was going to hide it.
Here.
That's very nice.
No, I can't. You know what I feel like? A butternut crunch. Did you ever?
Smells like that horse I bet on last Saturday.
So you put that
Came in last.
some water, a little bit of hide glue. Artists use this to size their canvas.
But what are we using it for?
We're going to use it to seal in the stain that we put on, which was the espresso.
Why? Because something new.
We're showing something new, so we're not putting a shellac or a lacquer or a varnish.
No point yet.
He'll be back in the next show. Show 97. We'll have a point
on that.
on this.
Got no money? We don't care. Till we come to the big
Carol Kane, tea-time movie lady.
fork in the road.
All right, so we got it stirred up. We put the water in, some of the high glue.
This is a bona fide sealer, by the way.
It is.
Not for everyone. As a matter of fact, probably for no one. But this is TV. And you see talking horses here. But this horse can't talk anymore.
We're going to paint this on. Now,
With a cheap throwaway brush.
Once this is dry, we can sand it down and put a wax on. Excuse me.
Young boy, you come to Singapore often? And just slap it on, right? You're not painting a masterpiece.
You're not
here, right?
painting a masterpiece.
We never paint
we always
masterpieces.
like to say.
I don't think we painted a masterpiece since show 4.
They don't pay me enough to paint a real masterpiece. So, you know, I do paint.
Whole apartment, 2 coats, 1 afternoon.
The lovely paintings that dress the set are mine. They're all available. Good price.
As is this T-shirt. Now this will seal. Will it impart a little bit of layering, just as when we
Yeah,
drape?
just like when you lay on the bed, it'll be layering.
Remember when we drape varnish? Do you remember? Do you remember? When we drape varnish and it gives it a more of a depth.
I'd like to drape you.
Shut up. And when we have this, which is a pigmented hide glue, this is giving it a little deeper color.
No, it's not. It's just wetting it again, and it is raising the grain because it is.
Well, then why did you
water-based.
put pigment in it?
Why did I put pigment in?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to.
So it is imparting some color because it has pigment.
Yeah. Would you? Can I put some on you?
He hates when he's wrong.
Hey.
Hey, come on.
This is the next finish.
The next?
It's ammonia.
It's ammonia.
You know, ammonia reacts with the tannin in wood.
Theoretically.
It turns it a warm brown color.
Or?
And the first thing I've done to everything
Is open the pores with a wire brush.
because it works.
Oh, yes.
So you scrub and you pull all the dirt and dust out of the pores.
And this is nothing more or less than a bucket of ammonia, much as you would buy at the supermarché for cleaning or
It is.
reviving your dead friends.
So you've scrubbed the pores, you've opened the pores,
And use a
Glove.
rubber glove.
and you just brush it on.
I'm wiping it on.
Look. See? It's much lighter over there. So it gives it a nice aged color
Much as the aged color you get,
when you watch Furniture to
furniture
Go.
to go. See, now the sides are pine, so if I put it on there, it would turn some sort of a yellow, an adjective I'm not permitted to say, but it'll go away. And besides, it's the sides, and this is his piece, so I don't care.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
No.
When I do his piece, he says, "No, mate, do this good because this is mine."
Yeah, and do you do it good?
No.
Because I got a barrister bookcase at home from many years ago. Inside, not done.
I think that's a nice look on the top there. I'm going to go right to the side here. Now, you don't have to do any kind of neutralizing with this because the ammonia just dries, the gas evaporates, and you know what? It's really hard to faint.
Yeah, so if you get the vapors, just lay the face on top of the bureau.
Now, we did a mission show a ways back with some really potent ammonia.
Oh, blueprint ammonia.
That stuff is really nasty.
That was the worst stuff we ever worked with.
Yeah.
This is a day at the beach in comparison. Have you ever noticed that a lot of cleaning,
Look,
detergent cleaners say,
I'll put my toiletries here, perfumes, change, sandwich, protein drink, over here, some magazines,
and the pawn tickets.
pawn tickets.
He's sanding, but he's not sanding straight. He's sanding
I'm sanding on an angle
on the bias.
because the ammonia really raises the grain. Remember, I scrubbed it with the brush and then put the ammonia on, so the grain has raised. And if you sand just straight with the grain, you'll push it back down into the grain. So you want to go on the side and cut it off at the root.
The root. I hate
root.
people who say root and roof. Yeah, and you found a hum. Oh, man. Where is that from? Some kind of Goyish thing. But anyway, what's under here, Father Joe?
You sand off like this here, and you want to push the dust into the pores, where before we were opening the pores.
You know who says hum? People who like Tim Conway.
Hum what?
Anybody who buys...
the home.
Yeah,
the hum.
Roof.
The hum, Braun.
Anybody who says roof buys Dorf on golf.
Okay. This is benediction. Now,
Oh, Monty's cookie jar. What is it?
It's a can. This is an old T-shirt. And in here we have some pieces of wool sock.
Woolen
that
sock.
have been impregnated with shellac.
And what we're going to do is something called French polishing, which the Shakers did not do.
Because it was too invigorating.
It sounded dirty, too.
But this is an open pour. Then we had a French polisher on who did real French polishing. This is a different version.
And you fold this like a flag, and then you get a tight ball.
Like this. Back in the 20s, on job sites where
Did you twist? Did you twist?
Where a lot of oak was put into houses for oak paneling and the sides of jams and stuff. All the apprentices were given this job to do all the lengths of board. The lengths of
There's
board.
too many letters at the end of that word. And look, as you bang it, you see it get darker from the shellac.
And they were the apprentices, and they had to do all of the boards, and all the boards were finished before they were cut.
Now, if you've ever seen us do padding, that's a distant relative to this.
This is a little more
involved.
So you put the shellac on the pad, you disperse it, and you do the figure 8. You start at the top.
Now, I've got yours is being held down. I have to hold mine down.
You've got to keep loading the pad. Normally, I would have the shellac in a little bottle, but we don't have the bottles here. And the first coat is always the hardest because you're really pushing it down into the wood. And this is only the first coat, but as you get into the 7th and 8th and 9th coat, if you want to go that far, you don't ever want to land or keep the pad on the surface that you're padding because
you'll destroy.
It'll eat right into the previous coat. So you got to keep moving off, and if you come on, you got to keep going when you go on.
Pretend you're landing an airplane, but for the very first time.
Yeah. And the more you do this, and the more coats you put on, the friction of applying it
makes your hand catch on fire.
But it actually polishes the surface too.
And sometimes you can't see how you're going unless you catch the light just right, and it will shine.
And because the shellac is alcohol-based,
it'll dry quickly.
It dries very fast.
Can you imagine doing this in someone's home with them watching? That used to be my job. Why did I ever do that? Why didn't I just go right into TV from high school?
You did the markers.
I used to do this too. And they'd say, "What are you doing?" And I'd say, "Could you get me a drink?" And while they were out of the room, I'd do what I really wanted to do. Hey, remember that French polishing?
Hamburger. I got that dust all over me.
Polish and polish are spelled the same.
Yeah, but it's not French polishing.
And it's not a polished kielbasa.
Nuh-uh.
Oh,
that makes sense somewhere, I guess.
Speaking of nothing, how about guys who do stuff that we don't do? I.e., the conservators of the antiques.
At the Philadelphia Art Museum. You know, they don't endorse stripping and refinishing, but they do, work with existing finishes.
And they didn't endure us much. But let's see.
Us right out.
Let's see us.
And they have different clothes on, too, but we don't go out that door and go right to the office.
No continuity letters, please.
Bye.
Coming around the corner at the Furniture Conservation Studio.
Hi, Dave.
Here at the Philadelphia Museum of Art with Dave DiMuzio, and this is where they fix all the furniture, to be quite plain about it. And what's this?
We're looking at a tea table from Williamsburg, Virginia. You can see areas here where we replaced fretwork that was missing.
Look at this piece.
This is the new?
2 little original pieces, the rest all new.
Don't throw anything away.
Never.
See? Even they trash pick.
Now I gotta go over here and look at this gentleman who's doing something very strange with a hose.
This is Dave Arnold. He's working on a Pennsylvania German low-post bed.
He's vacuuming it, right?
Well, no, we're putting in a really fine mist of consolidant To preserve, well, we've got powdery paint here.
So this will keep it attached to the wood.
Right, without darkening or changing.
But you don't want to strip the wood, and you people out there with antiques, don't strip it unless you get it appraised, which then you can ruin it.
And drop the inheritance.
Yeah.
Here we have two chairs, same chair, side by side here.
Yes, these are chairs from Annapolis, Maryland. This one retains its original underupholstery, which is very important to us because it tells us exactly what the maker's intent was and what the upholstery should look like.
Is that real horsehair there?
Yes, it is.
And look, this is...
Upholstery.
I wore this in high school. Graduation.
It's a minimally intrusive technique we use to avoid damaging frames with tacks and staples.
Yeah, it's a faux cat made out of styrofoam.
Very neat job.
I could probably work here. They put me in a corner and I could just do this part.
You couldn't screw it up.
No, wouldn't be put...
That's like they're doing something that I love to do. Shellac.
With a breakneck pace here on furniture to go.
That's why it's to go.
Yeah,
always go.
A lot of movement.
This is the Rubens. He's working on a early 18th century Philadelphia daybed.
And what is he doing? The spit coat.
I'm applying a very dilute coat of AC, garnet shellac, and then to seal the surface, and then we'll wax it.
And then wax it all the time. What kind of wax?
Beeswax mostly, with some kind of solvent.
Yeah, and then polish.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, thanks, guys, and this is furniture conservation. If you got real antiques, don't just strip them.
Don't, because you'll lessen the value.
Because then you got to be nice.
You don't want it to
something
be nice to your furniture. It's time for letters again.
It's been scientifically proven that 98% of our viewers are literate, and they write us.
And they send us self-addressed stamped envelopes, and we don't get back to them as quickly as we can, but
we will eventually. And in the meantime,
we'll read
more
some.
presents, please. Jams, jellies, things like
This
that.
one is from Kathy Kelly. She's from Philadelphia. And she says, I have acquired a very old, about turn of the century, and very beat up horsehair sofa. Stripping and refinishing the wood I can handle, and reupholstering will be a snap since it comes apart into 3 convenient sections.
So do I.
But what in the great furniture God's name could I possibly do to salvage the horsehair? Can it be cleaned? If it's too old and useless, I haven't determined that. This is my first encounter with horsehair, not attached to a horse. Can I acquire more horsehair? Short of saving a few nags.
You married?
Help. Terrific show. Are you going back to radio? Well,
Never mind. They threw us off the radio.
Anyway, if you want new horsehair, you got to go to a horsehair store. Yeah, that's all they sell. Now you go to an upholstery.
Horsehair or us.
Horsehair or us. An upholstery supply. And if you're a faithful viewer, you saw when we visited one time before. And
right, you'll find them in the business-to-business yellow pages, upholstery supply stores.
And they too might wear very colorful hats.
And you can reuse the old stuff. The only way you can clean it is to go find an ozone chamber where they chemically, psychically somehow clean stuff. I don't really understand it, and I'm a college grad.
It's the same if your furniture is burned up and smells from a fire. They put it in a room that's filled with ozone and it sucks the foul odor out.
I just like to hang the little thing that looks like the evergreen tree over top.
Just one, a single one. Okay.
Oh, here's an angry letter. Oh, I love angry letters because I get to be angry back.
We don't read all the old cute letters. We read angry letters too.
From Tom McLaren, Lake Worth, Florida. I really enjoy your show, informative as well as entertaining. However, when you suggested use of gasoline as a proper liquid in cleaning furniture, I cringe.
Ooh, cringe.
I want a photo, Tom. Your suggestion of gasoline as a viable agent is at best reprehensible.
Really?
Ooh, I hereby suggest, demand, he should get with the horsehair. Demand an apology
We have no horsehair here.
a retraction of that statement. Let me tell you, Tom,
Paint thinner is just as bad as gasoline.
Yeah.
Both petroleum distillates.
Gasoline is combustible, so it's paint thinner, naphtha, lacquer, all the stuff we use.
Lacquer thinner, alcohol, and I believe in the show that I did refer to gasoline. Person there that I mentioned about using it to clean off stubborn stains, using it with a brush, and I did say to get it outside. So it's only dangerous if you drink it, if you inhale it too much, rub it in your eyes or on your roast.
Just like most of the other stuff. As a matter of fact, if you want your car to go really fast, you'll replace the gasoline with the other stuff we use.
Well, that's about it for letters, I guess.
Any more?
No.
Elvis. Thank you. Dear Joe and Ed, I wanted to tell you how much I enjoy furniture on demand or furniture to go as we now call it. I'm glad I got Renee. I think Ed is very cute and clever. He makes repairing furniture as exciting as it could ever be. But Joe, you are the absolute best. I could watch you 24 hours a day on the Joe Network. Want to do a little pose down around now?
Wonderful.
Please don't take offense, Ed, because together you're the Regis and Kathy Lee of furniture stuff.
Thank you, Fred.
You know, I liked it until that last line. Because I'm going wild here. I'm going wild.
Wild, it's just what? Hey, what?
So a fawning letter is nice. A question is nice. A cake is really nice.
Okay, something gooey and creamy.
Send me something with a file in it. Get me out of hell,
Thank you, Fred. Bye-bye.
Please. Well, here's the bed. It's beautiful.
And remember, we stained it with the espresso.
And then we sealed it with the rabbit skin
That was
glue.
tinted with some acrylic paint.
And now it's been waxed, and it's beautiful.
We sanded it down lightly with a 400 and then waxed it.
You know, we wanted to end with a sight gag of us lying on top of one another like the Stooges
like the
did.
Stooges, but we couldn't do that in this day and age.
Yeah, something happened with the morals between the 30s. So here's the before.
And the after.
And here's the dresser before.
And now, the after.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's so shiny.
It's been ammonia-ized. And then we put the French polishing, and after so many repeated coats of French polishing, this is what you get. Something you can actually shave by if the lighting was right.
And then, of course, the perfumes will eat through.
Yeah.
And you'll have to do it again. So until we meet again.
I'm Joe L'Erario.
And I'm Ed Feldman.
Please, be nice to your furniture.